Welcome back to Coffee with Closers. In this episode, we have a young real estate developer, and we're going to answer one of the questions that was requested by somebody on the line. And this is a popular question. It's how do you actually finance your first real estate development deal with not enough money down and no real connections? So let's dive right into the video. Welcome to Coffee with Closers. In this series, we interview top real estate producers that are out there making big things happen in the real estate industry. That way you can learn from their failures and their big wins so you can start winning more in your real estate business. So welcome to the show. Today we have a really cool question. It's probably one that most people ask. It's how do you actually get started if you don't have enough money to, invest in projects, you don't have any capital, and you just want to get started. Maybe you want to be a real estate developer. You see all these successful people out there making huge profits, but you just don't have any money to get started. So what do you suggest?
All right, so thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And basically, the way that I would try to start is again, back to the concept of wholesaling.
Okay.
I would think that learn wholesaling, master wholesaling, and then bring the right deals, the land deals, to the developers. Meet the developers by actually driving around, seeing what new projects are going on, asking who's the guy in charge, who's, and making that connection with them. Some people might tell you to, get out of here, but some people might be receptive and actually might want to have a conversation with you, because if you're there to tell them that you might have a deal for them, that'll work, And so basically what you could do is, if you don't have enough money, I would try to wholesale and build up that capital, because it's always good to bring something to the game, right? But if you don't, credit cards, this is very risky, right? But to be honest with you, the way that I did it, initially too, 401k loans, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, let me just drop some quick knowledge, and this is not not knowing money down, but however, if you're able to buy a piece of land cash, which in most things are from anywhere from 60 to 90,000, right? 90,000 is quite a bit, but before they were $30,000 lots, $45,000 lots. If you're able to fund a complete piece of land and have no mortgage on that, you can go ahead and use that as a down payment to fund your construction loan. So, you don't have to actually come out with an additional down payment to fund the construction loan. You can actually just use the land and the value of the land as a deposit.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah,
that's big. That's really good.
Yeah.
Now, for people that don't know out there, you say wholesaling. Obviously, we both know what wholesaling is, but for someone that's brand new to real estate, what is wholesaling?
So wholesaling is pretty much the sale of a contract. So it's basically, there's a house here, you negotiate with the seller, you agree on a price, and then you put the house under contract. You go ahead and turn around and sell that contract to an investor or a developer, and then you do sometimes what's called a double close, or something like that to get the deal done. And basically what you do is if you put a house under contract for 200,000 or a piece of land, let's say, you add your fee on top, 210, you sell it to the developer, you made 10,000. Okay. So that's pretty much what wholesaling is. But like I said, you would basically, if you could bring land deals to developers, you're trying to get into the development game, bring the deals to the developers, meet the developers, go to your local RIA meetings, all that kind of stuff. And just network with people and see if you could bring them a deal. Now, with no money down, again, see how you can bring people value, right? There's basically, if you bring people the right deal, right, and you prove yourself whoa, this guy's bringing me the right deal. He's bringing me deals. This guy is finding me land for a good price. He's making his money. And most people don't have a problem with that. Make your money as long as I get it at the right price.
Exactly.
There's no problem with that. If you're consistent with that, and then you also provide value, you know what I mean? As in all right, I'm going to be on the job site. Oh, there's 30 2x4s that are that we need additional. Oh, let me go get in my truck. Go get that. Get right in there. Don't even come back to them charging for gasoline. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Just take it. And you might have to work 2 other jobs to fund this, or Uber at night, or DoorDash, or whatever you got to do, right, to survive, right? But make sure you just build that genuine connection with that person, because in turn, if that person sees you hustling, sees you working, you're showing up, you know, and you're there, they might give you the opportunity where they're like, you know what, I've been in this game for a long time. Let me like take a step back and maybe let me bring this person in who's young and hungry, and let me give him some kind of equity stake in this project if he oversees it. A lot of people think that might not be possible, but that's what happened to me.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So that's literally how I got into it. You know, no money down is just like literally providing value and just like being the hardest worker there, being able to, you know, do what you got to do and help that person out. You know, how can I help you? What do you need help with today? What's stressing you right now?
I like that.
Oh, is that okay? Let me see if I can solve that. You know,
that's huge.
You know, that's the name of the game. And then eventually you just start making your way into like their circle, and next thing you know, like if they like you, if you're respectful, if you're doing all the right thing, 10 times out of 10, especially if you, here's the thing, there's a lot of like baby boomers, older people retiring, leaving, right? Leaving behind businesses. Sometimes their kids don't actually want the business or nothing to do with the business. That's an opportunity right there.
Huge.
Whether it's a grocery store or whether it's a developer, whether it's whoever, these people are ready to retire. And so here we are, right? If I see an older person that has a business, for example, and it's a successful running business, but none of his family wants anything to do with it, I'll go in there and be like, hey, listen, like, you know what? Like, let me see if I can like help you out here. You know, like, what can I do for you? Some marketing, social media, whatever it is, you can learn how to edit on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then like you just consistently show up. Eventually that person's gonna be like, you know what? Like, I want to take off for a week. You think you could run things real quick around here? You know? And then like you just run it, and the guy comes back, he seems everything went smooth, or even though it probably didn't because it was kind of crazy for you, right? But you kind of worked through that, and you just, he'll 9 times out of 10, or not 9 times out of 10, because sometimes they're just like, let me just sell the business or whatever, but they might actually be like, hey, listen, do you want to buy this business? Or, you know what, I want to step away. All I want is like a certain percentage, like every month, the rest is yours, and you run this place.
That's awesome.
You see what I'm saying? So whether it's in real estate, whether it's in a restaurant, whatever it is, there's opportunity right now to take over businesses without money. I feel that way. I mean,
I love that. No, I think that's huge. I think that's huge. So it goes back to networking.
Networking.
They say, what is it? Your network is your net worth,
Yes.
more or less. And that's huge. I know you have some stories yourself of that same exact thing. And you know, the more networks you can get yourself in, again, you don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. You want to be the dumbest guy in the room and learn from the smartest guys. But to get in those circles, you have to provide value. Otherwise, you're just going to say, hey, I'm all set. It's like the hot girl at the bar. She gets approached every day. It's like, I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone, until someone comes and they offer something different, some kind of value.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, you're right. And like I said, you never know who you're going to meet. So never judge a book by its cover. I always say that. I'm huge with that. It's like, I don't know who that person might be, because here's the thing, you know, a lot of multi-millionaire successful people are not always in a suit, are not always in a, you know,
It's true.
like they could be in a pickup truck. You know what I'm saying?
A lot
It's
of them
like,
are.
you know, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just don't know who that person is. And so like, at least from like where I come from, right, from the city and stuff like that, growing up, we're taught to be like this, like, you know, like this tough person, like I won't cross the room for nobody, or type thing, you know, very, very anti-networking, you know what I mean? So it's like breaking through that and being like, no, let me just go say hello to this person, you know? That's all it is, a simple conversation. If the person rejects you and you know, figure out maybe your approach was too hard or something, and there's YouTube videos on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a book on it, how to influence friends or something. I forgot what the name of the title is, but
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's the one. That's a good book. Yeah,
you know,
it's a classic.
Yeah, and it's all about being like, you know, building genuine relationships.
That's it.
You know,
That's exactly it.
And if people turn you down, hey, you know what? There's a million other people out here that you can talk to.
So many opportunities. People just don't take them. They pass them every day, and they don't approach these opportunities because it's hard. No one wants to get rejected or anything like that. And to go back to what you said, The Millionaire Next Door, that's a book that kind of explains, you know, that the average millionaire isn't driving the flashy Lamborghini or the Ferrari or whatever it might be that you think that they're driving. A lot of them drive F-150s.
Yeah.
You know, and you never know.
That's true.
And they're multimillionaires. They own tons of properties. They own 100, 200 doors, and they're making a ton of money, but they don't spend their money on that kind of stuff. So you would never know.
You would never know. And so that's why, yeah, it's crazy. And so guys, with networking, right? For example, I'll give you a quick story.
Yeah.
One of my, so my Instagram channel, I'm up to like 3,500 followers. I never had social media before 2019.
Wow.
No Facebook, no, you know what I'm saying? No MySpace, nothing like that. I started social media in 2019 and I learned how to edit. And the way that I learned how to edit was I had to make a fundraising video for my daughter. Like at the time, my daughter was going through medical issues. And you know, I don't mind saying it, and I'm not looking for any type of, like, you know, I'm not saying a sob story. It was actually a good story because my daughter's well now, you know, but she was going through cancer, and I had to learn how to edit a video, the most painful video I've ever made, of her journey, you know, for this fundraiser.
Yeah.
And so that's how I learned how to edit.
Wow.
And so at that time too, I was getting into real estate. I had walked into a certain person, a big person in Rhode Island's office, and offered to work for them for free if they taught me more knowledge. And, you know, the value that I brought to them was the social media aspect, even though I just started, but I knew how to edit videos.
That's
you know?
awesome.
So it's like, and I taught myself through YouTube. Basically my point is, my first original 1,000 followers are people that I've actually met.
That's awesome. That's huge.
You know, so it's like, and it's crazy, and it's back then in 2019, and all these people were some random people here and there, but a lot of them were people that I was driving around when I was doing Uber.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy. So,
that's wild.
So it's like I've met doctors sometimes, I've met lawyers, I've met your average person, whoever, you know what I mean? Students, you know? And like, it's crazy because now what I'm seeing is, and I would connect with them. So it would be like, I'd see if the vibe was there, right? So I'd be like, how you doing today? All respectfully, I hope you're having a good day. Oh yeah, they'd start telling me about their day. Some people unload. And so you're just there to listen, you know? And one of the biggest things that I feel like is a real, maybe a quality of mine, is that I'm able to like listen to a person and really like hear them out and stuff like that. And like, you know, maybe give them some advice and stuff like that. But basically, the first 1,000 followers is from people that I drove around in Uber.
That's wild.
And so now most of these people are buying homes now. They need a roof. They need vinyl, because we also have a division for that.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So we have a division for that. They're clients. They become into clients, you know? It's like you would never think, and like some people that I've met that I drove around in Uber ended up being some bigger people that have money to invest, and now they're like, here, take this money and do something with it. You know what I mean? Awesome. So it's crazy. So like, trust the process, trust, you know, where you're at right now, make the best of it, meet the people around you, make the connections, because y'all all are gonna grow.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And you don't know who's gonna turn into what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's big. So I feel like, and you know what's crazy, and I love it, people hit me up all the time. They're like, dude, what you're doing is so inspiring. Like, you drove me around in an Uber. Like, you were my Uber driver. And like, I see you doing this stuff, and like, that's amazing. I just want to tell you, like, I'm so inspired, and thank you, because that conversation that we had, you really like impacted me.
I love that. That is huge.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, man. It's like you took something that a lot of people would see as a downside, and you made it a positive, right?
Absolutely.
You built a door. You know, if opportunity doesn't knock, you build your own door, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
That is huge.
And at the time too, I mean, I was going through, you know, they didn't even know what I was going through.
All kinds of shit.
Yeah, all kinds of
bad
stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of bad
stuff.
stuff.
So it's like, but being able to make another person possibly smile.
I love that.
Making that impact with them. You know, sometimes it's good.
You don't know what someone else is going through on the other ends.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. And that's why I like to, you know, be nice to people.
It's important.
It's important, you know, because that person might have like went off on you, but you don't know what this person's dealing with behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And so sometimes you got to be the bigger person and understand that, you know what, he might be going through something so crazy. Let me just walk away. It's not even worth. You know what I'm saying? So,
and a lot of times it's not even what you did. It's something that they dealt with that day earlier, and they're taking it out on you because they're upset. You know?
Exactly.
So you have no idea. That's huge. So hey, so that's a huge success story. And if you know the overall thing here is you can build a door. If you don't have opportunity in front of you, so many people say, hey, I don't have opportunities. I don't have any chances. I don't know what to do. But you can take something that's a negative situation and turn it into a positive and grow something, you know?
That's right.
It's all up to you at the end of the day. So that's huge. So if you have questions, definitely go check this guy out. He's on Instagram under Method Invest. And if you have any other real estate questions, drop them in the comment section below. We come out with real estate content for real estate entrepreneurs. So hit the like button and subscribe.